You're holding a signed document, legal, binding. The words say this agreement is permanent, as long as grass grows and water flows. You believe it? Why wouldn't you? This is how civilized nations operate. You negotiate, you sign, both sides honor the terms, except sometimes they don't. And when trust breaks at the wrong moment, entire peoples disappear. Today we're covering 2 times when trust in a contract destroyed everything. The Lakota trusting the United States, Stalin trusting Hitler. In both cases, the trust made sense. The agreements were real, and in both cases, everyone who trusted died. You're a Lakota leader. It's 1868. You've been fighting the United States for years. Red Cloud's war, and you're winning. The U.S. Army can't protect its forts, can't keep the Bozeman Trail open, can't stop your warriors. They're losing badly enough that they want to negotiate. So they send representatives. They want to talk peace. You agree to meet at Fort Laramie, April 1868. The U.S. makes an offer, a treaty, the Great Sioux Reservation, all of South Dakota west of the Missouri River, plus hunting rights across Montana, Wyoming, and Nebraska, millions of acres. The Black Hills, sacred land, everything you need, and the treaty says this land is yours forever. Permanent reservation, no white settlers without permission. The treaty includes the phrase, as long as the grass shall grow and the waters flow. Red Cloud reads the terms. This is everything you fought for. You sign. Red Cloud signs. Other chiefs sign. U.S. representatives sign. It's official, legal, binding. The war is over. You won. You return to the Black Hills, protected now, legally yours. For a few years it works. The U.S. withdraws its forts. Lakota control the region. The treaty holds. And then in 1874, someone finds gold in the Black Hills. Suddenly there are miners, thousands of them, illegally entering Lakota land. The treaty says they can't, but they come anyway. Prospectors, fortune seekers. The U.S. government is supposed to stop this. They don't. Instead, they make a new offer. They'll buy the Black Hills. You refuse. The treaty already settled this. The land is yours, permanently. The government tries again. They offer $6 million. You refuse again. It's not about money. It's about the treaty. And here's where everything changes. The U.S. government decides the treaty doesn't matter anymore. They don't announce it. They just ignore it. In 1876, the government issues an ultimatum. All Lakota must report to reservations by January 31st. Anyone still in unceded territory is considered hostile. This violates the treaty, but the government doesn't care. You don't comply. Why would you? The treaty protects you. You're following the agreement both sides signed. The army is sent in, not to enforce the treaty, to break it. June 1876, Battle of the Little Bighorn. You win. Custer's entire command is wiped out, but it doesn't matter. The U.S. sends more soldiers. They hunt down every Lakota band, force them onto reservations, kill those who resist. By 1877, the war is over. You've lost. Not because you violated the treaty. You lost because the other side stopped honoring it. In 1877, Congress passes a law seizing the Black Hills. No purchase, just seizure. The treaty is void. The treaty that said, as long as grass grows and water flows, lasted 9 years. You trusted a legal document, a signed agreement between sovereign nations. You're Joseph Stalin. It's August 1939. Germany is getting aggressive. They took Austria, Czechoslovakia. They're demanding territory from Poland. War is coming. The question is who fights who. You've been trying to negotiate with Britain and France, a mutual defense pact. But the negotiations are going badly. Nobody trusts anyone. And then Germany makes an offer. A non-aggression pact. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Germany won't attack the Soviet Union. You won't attack Germany. There's a secret protocol dividing Eastern Europe. Germany gets Western Poland, you get Eastern Poland, the Baltic states, and parts of Romania. You consider the offer. Germany is going to invade Poland regardless. That's obvious. The pact buys time. You're not ready for war with Germany. Your military is recovering from the purges. Your officer corps is depleted. The pact gives you time to rebuild. It's a good deal. Strategic, logical. You sign. August 23rd, 1939. 1 week later, Germany invades Poland. 2 weeks after that, you invade from the east. Poland is divided exactly as agreed. The pact is working. Germany turns west. In 80s, France conquers Europe. You stay neutral. You're using the time to build up your military. The pact is holding. Both sides are honoring the agreement. And then the warnings start coming. Your spies report German troops massing on the Soviet border. Entire armies building up in Poland, Romania, Finland. Your intelligence officers say Germany is preparing to invade. You don't believe it. Why would Germany attack now? Germany is still fighting Britain. Opening a second front would be suicide. Germany learned that lesson in World War I. No rational leader would invade while still fighting Britain. Hitler may be aggressive, but he's not stupid. Your spies keep warning you. British intelligence sends warnings. Your generals are concerned. Everyone's saying Germany is going to attack. You dismiss them. You believe the pact. Germany signed an agreement. Breaking it now would be irrational, and you're right, it would be irrational. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. June 22nd, 1941, Germany invades. Operation Barbarossa. 3 million German soldiers cross the Soviet border. You're caught completely unprepared. Your troops are not on alert. You trusted the agreement. The first day is a catastrophe. The Luftwaffe destroys your air force on the ground. German tanks break through your lines. Within weeks, Germany captures millions of Soviet soldiers, occupies massive territory, pushes toward Moscow, Leningrad, Stalingrad. You trusted a contract, a signed non-aggression pact. You believed rational strategic thinking would prevent war. You were wrong. Here's what both stories have in common: a legal agreement, a signed contract, and trust that the other side would honor it. The Lakota trusted the treaty because it was legal. Signed by both governments, treaties between sovereign nations are supposed to be binding. Stalin trusted the pact because invading was irrational. Germany couldn't win a two-front war. Logic dictated Hitler would honor the agreement. Both were right to trust. The treaty was legal. The strategic logic was sound. But trust doesn't protect you when the other side decides the agreement doesn't matter. The United States ignored the treaty the moment gold made it inconvenient. They didn't formally revoke it. They just stopped honoring it. Germany ignored the pact the moment Hitler decided to invade. The agreement was irrelevant. He wanted war, so he started it. This isn't a story about naivety. The Lakota weren't naive. Stalin wasn't naive. They were destroyed because they trusted agreements at a moment when agreements no longer mattered. The lesson is that contracts only work when both sides want them to work. When one side decides the contract is inconvenient, the words on the page become meaningless. The Lakota had a treaty that said their land was permanent. As long as grass grows and water flows, it lasted 9 years. Stalin had a pact that said Germany wouldn't invade. It lasted less than 2 years. Both trusted the contract. Both were destroyed, not because they were foolish, but because the other side stopped caring what the contract said. And when that happens, all the signatures in the world won't save you.